Hi folks. So yeah, in the last video, yes, there was a degree of anger in some of the things I said. That's true, yes, in that one. And again, as I say, we can't judge the parents because we don't know. And because also, as I've said before, if we were in their shoes, we would do things exactly the same as they have been doing things. But it is just that point. It is like putting your child in an MMA fight against the devil. You know, whatever age. And I was incorrect. On that TV program, they were saying that they were pretending to be 13-year-olds when they were offered that stuff. Or some of that stuff, at least. But then they went on in the program to show there's a mother whose son had come across the Logan Paul video. He was 11. On YouTube of Logan Paul going through the suicide woods in Japan. And where Logan Paul intentionally showed bodies hanging in trees to get likes. So again, this is why to me, Logan Paul, you know, if he was in a boxing match and somebody killed him, great. I wouldn't feel bad for him or his family at all. Because this poor little 11-year-old saw that and ended up hanging himself. Partly because of what you saw there. So would Logan Paul like to go round and say sorry to the mother of that child? And to mother of all the children that were massively negatively affected by his video. And by his stupid bloody mind not realising that maybe children might actually be exposed to the crap that he's producing. Well, most of it was aimed at children, wasn't it? Or very, very, very young adults. Ah. I say, people like Logan Paul, he's a joke. He's nothing but a joke. He's made his life into a joke. Yeah, he gets into the ring against Mike Tyson, who's 50 odd. As I say, I'm pretty sure Mike Tyson was told he was not allowed to hit Logan Paul. Because even Mike Tyson at 50 odd, I imagine he's still got that power. He won't be able to throw half as many punches, and maybe his power is down to 50% of what he had. 50% of what he had being used against Logan Paul would at least knock Logan Paul out, if not kill him. So I think Tyson was told he wasn't allowed to properly hit him. He was allowed to jab him, but that's it. He wasn't allowed to actually hit him. It had to be about making Logan Paul look good. And Logan Paul winning. Right? And for some idiotic, stupid reason, Mike Tyson may have debts. Yeah, maybe, there's been incredibly bad management of his money, so therefore he needed the money. Maybe. I don't know. But as I say, with Logan Paul, if there was an accident in a boxing match and he was killed, I wouldn't feel sorry. I wouldn't feel sorry. Not for that absolute and complete waste of space that is Logan Paul. And it's not just that video that he did about the suicide woods and the fact, oh, sorry, I didn't realise we'd be seeing dead people hanging. It's called Suicide Woods, you idiot. And again, you saw it, you videoed it, someone edited the bloody video, they saw what was there, and they still put it on YouTube. You knew exactly what was on there. Ugh. Ugh. These people, again, how was he not put in prison for that? For any of that. Yeah, it's like these videos. If videos are being offered even to 13-year-olds that are rape videos, That's got to be child abuse. Hasn't it? If it's put in the phone that your age is 13 and you're being offered that has to be child abuse. Why isn't the company that's doing that being dealt with? Why isn't that company, whether it's Pornhub or someone else, being banned, being cancelled, having all their money taken off them for doing that? Come on. Yeah, play the game. If a normal adult went and showed a child that, right, put a video on in front of a child that was rape, they'd be in trouble for that. If they would be, how on earth is the company that sent it not in trouble for that? That's the point. That's what I don't get. I don't get any of that. It blows my mind how this is okay. How basically, how it's okay to put your child in the ring with the devil. Yeah. It's bizarre. It is bizarre. And again, I just have to be thankful that when I was young, we didn't have these things. That we didn't have smartphones. No. The most exposed that we would get to pornography would be to somebody leaving a pornographic magazine in the woods. We would occasionally find such a thing. The closest we get to anything like the extreme stuff that's being sent to kids now, well, we wouldn't. Yeah, most children would never get exposed to any of that at all. A video of people hanging in woods in Japan. No, none of us would ever have got exposed to anything like that. Yeah, extreme sex, violent sex movies. No, never got. We got exposed to The Omen. That's one thing we got exposed to, the movie The Omen, and that was quite horrific. But we knew it was a movie. It was always a movie. It wasn't real. We didn't get exposed to videos of, men beating up their wives with the children screaming in the background. And then, basically, they said, it also says underneath, if you want to see part 2, you want to see, what happens after, give a like to this video. And then you can see part 2. Oh, for goodness sake. It's teaching kids to give likes to nasty, evil, disgusting bloody things. Jeez, it's just bizarre, isn't it? Absolutely bizarre. Oof, I'm having a problem. I've got a nerve in one of my toes that's starting to get my foot is getting overheated. And for some reason, it's blinking December. Yeah, all I've got is a pair of socks on. And that toe is, there's a nerve right there that gets really throbbing if I get overheated or my foot does. And that was starting to throb like mad. So it's like, right, take the sockies off. There you go. that was hurting a bit. Now, as I say, most adults aren't able to cope. Wouldn't be able to cope with that. Certainly most young adults. So come on, give your kids a chance. So we can't judge the parents, but the reality is there needs to be a lot more put on parents. There needs to be a lot more put on parents. The same as, they actually say you can't judge someone who is obese. Well, no, you can, and you should. In love, for their sake, yes. You should point out that actually, eating the amount you're eating and not exercising is bad for you. Because it is. We can see the evidence of that, So all this point of saying, negative things to people, even when it's truth, come on. You can say that people are doing a bad job as parents if they're basically letting Google take care of their kid. You should be able to say that because it is true. You couldn't consider that to be a good job, could you, really? Nah. Well, to me, as I say, this is why, for me, I find all this stuff incredibly frustrating because it's the stupidity of it. It's the fact that, excuse me, how do people not give a shit as to whether their kids get exposed to anything like this? How is it that parents don't give a shit? And society doesn't give a shit that we've got, all these generations of people that have been exposed to horrendous bloody things and their minds been affected where the grey matter in their minds have been, or in their brains have been damaged to such a degree it's equal to someone who's a drug addict. Lovely. And these are the people who are going to be running our schools in the future, running our hospitals, running our GPs, our government. These are the people that are going to be running things. The people that have been exposed to all this stuff. Because in 40 years, they will be the ones that are 50 now in charge of this stuff. With all that damage. We don't care as society that that's the case. Or even that it's the case that these people right now are children. We can't talk about child protection and then basically not give a crap about what's coming through these smartphones to these children. And yeah, okay, you can get rid of the pornography, you can get rid of the nasty YouTube videos, but TikTok and Snapchat and whatever the other ones are, no, they should be banned. They shouldn't be able to access anything like that until they are at least 16. At least. And you shouldn't be able to fake it. You should have to prove that you are 16 before you can access this stuff. And parents will say, oh, but my child is mature enough. No, they're not. They're not. And no parent would ever really think their child is mature enough. A parent would just think, oh crap, if they can't do that, that means that I've got to take care of them. And so instead of doing that, they think, oh, my child is mature enough. They should be able to use it because they are mature enough. No, they're not. No, they're not. Ugh. Well, yeah. Well, I said you get children going on to sites like, is it called Omegle? Is that one of the sites? Because you see, I've seen videos of a violinist who goes on, and quite often he's playing and there's children coming on, children as young as 10, 11, 12. But of course, on Omegle is also people, doing sexual things and exposing themselves. And yeah. And again, it's for a lot of people, I just think, why on earth did you have children? Okay. But why did you have children? And that is the only question that should be asked to these people. Why did you have children? Because maybe they need to think back as the reason why they wanted to have children. Because I've done videos in the past talking about social services taking children away from homes. I mean, for goodness sake, obviously, if you are a parent and you don't care if your child is exposed to all this stuff, you just want your child to have a smartphone because then you can get on with your life, then your child should be taken away from you. Your child should, for goodness sake, your child should go to someone who's going to understand that maybe that child shouldn't be in the ring with the devil. Any chance the child can have someone who would actually understand that is better for the child. But no, social services won't come in and take the child in those circumstances. No. No. There you go. It is what it is. We are where we are, and this is where we are in society right now. They're saying smartphones won't go away. No, they probably won't. But you can keep them away from children. Simple as that. So there you go. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.